Chapter 1, The Attention War. How to take back the one thing the devil actually wants, your attention. Ego in right proportion is a great tool and resource, but as the captain of the ship, a pirate with a broken megaphone and a hangover. We live in an attention war. We know our devices are fiending for it. We know there are experiments that show matter changes when our attention arrives on the scene. Even God wants our attention, probably more for us than for him, but still, the Bible tells us to pray without ceasing, to be locked into the higher picture rather than down here drowning in flesh and calories. In a sense, this whole book is about rewiring the avenues of our attention and naming the specific demons that target our creativity and keep us stuck, trapped in fear or depression. Basically, it's a war for our attention because our attention is life. The dark can feed off it, and so can the light. We can philosophize all day about why this is the case or how it sets up the battlefield for the spiritual war within each of us, but the fact remains, none of us have a greater asset than our attention. Where we're pointing that particular beam of consciousness, housing our divine thumbprint. From that beam, our creative voice is born like a miracle, or else the avenues of self-destruction light up and glow red, trying to attract us into darkness. The magnets for our attention are booby-trapped all over this world. This even opens up the debate about free will, whether we have any at all. My theory, we have free will to the degree that we can guide our attention, that we can choose the discipline of creation, the grit of it, that we can override our momentary feelings which nudge us to seek escape and instead show up behind the pen or the brush or the guitar for another day. This is why a thriving creative life, sustainable over years and lifetimes, is akin to a thriving spiritual practice. Both set attention through prayer, meditation, and conscious choice outside the grip of demonic forces that want our depression to give them life. It's a battle for life force, the creative life. The tools in this book are all about harnessing that life force and pointing it in the direction you want it to go and expand. Likewise, the power of attention on the dark forces within act like an internal laser shining light, obliterating the dark and protecting that divine spark that becomes the seed of a kind of holy purpose. In this book, we are going into half-believing prayer in a club bathroom, a kid begging for a record deal, and a little bit of light. We will walk through small beginnings, bad habits, cockroaches, dopamine, gerbil wheels, grit, forgiveness, and the black eye that winks. All of it will circle back to this, where you place your attention and who you become when you keep placing it there. Supernatural genius isn't some rare DNA code. It's the life that grows when your attention, your work, and your heart keep saying yes to the same calling. Outwitting the devil, it's a game of attention. Pay attention. Attention's vagabonds. The world wants your attention, this world and the next. Demonic entities singing, shifting up your steps. From the body's heat into the third eye core, every new day not who you were before. The light works from attraction, the dark will chase you down. You've been a madman wandering down the sad streets of this town. But within a golden flicker pushes you toward the light. You've got something to give, a purpose born from night. And here's a limited chance to wager toward the fight, to decide the soul's romance, to what you give your life.